So thanks for inviting.
So, our today's guest is someone who is a midlife transformation coach, a founder of Soulful Abundance Circle. She is on a powerful mission to help midlife women to embrace inner peace and holistic abundance through self tested and proven mindfulness and energy healing practices. She is a certified life coach, mindfulness coach, Reiki healer, and an internationally certified Ho'oponopono and EFT practitioner. She's blending the ancient wisdom with modern science to help women to be able to release guilt, dissolve emotional pain, and reconnect with their true essence. Vasanta, welcome to this podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anu, for inviting me for this show. Thank you so much.
Great, great. So, Vasanta, before we get started, we would really like to know little about your background. That what was that inspiration or calling that led you to this life altogether? If you could share with the audience little.
Sure, Anu. Thank you for asking this. Actually, my life was so good and until some point of time. And I also have undergone so many darkest phases in my life during the sudden death of my dad and during the initial stages of my marriage and postpartum depression and my retina displacement surgery and location and separation anxiety, so many things. And among all this, the retina displacement surgery was the worst, darkest phase of my life. I
Hmm.
went into depression when my retina got displaced in my left eye due to high myopia.
Hmm.
That made me into anxiety, depression, emotional stress, and I was going in down, deep down into that vicious cycle that made me to attempt suicide. But luckily, I got out of that. I still remember that day when my son visited the hospital when I attempted suicide. He asked me one question: will you leave me alone, Amma? That one question made me realize and get me back into reality. That day I decided I should not go in this way and make him suffer a lot. What is the wrong, which what is the mistake he has done? So that day I decided I have to take this as a challenge and I have to work on myself. So I got the help from my family. I asked for help and my family supported me in this self discovery journey. And with my own self discovery process and also with the help of so many mentors and gurus, I am healing myself and I am into this coaching. So I decided I have undergone so much of emotional stress. Though I had the support of family, it took me nearly 10 years to get out of this emotional burden and stress. And in South, many women are going through this emotional stress without the family support. So at that moment, I decided if I can heal myself and I can get out of that, I can support and guide other women too. And that's how, from a professor, I turned into a coach as a midlife transformation coach.
Lovely, lovely, Vasanta. And thank you so much for, being so bold and sharing as what you have been gone through. While I was listening to you, I am still getting a goosebumps and, hats off to you. I personally feel that, for every woman, it needs lot of courage. The very first step is to be in that awareness mode and take that first step towards your transformation. And you did that. And you beautifully said that your family was also very supportive. You asked for the help, your family was so very supportive. So I must say that you're one of the blessed souls, because there are so many women out there whose family does not understand that what
Yeah.
the person is going through. It's such a difficult phase for the women. So thank you for sharing that. Amazing. So, moving to the next question I have for you is, many people hold on to guilt, resentments for the years and years, right? Sometimes even for the decades. What really happens during this phase to our energy, to our life, when we carry those emotional weight, emotional baggages? And yes, of course, we would really like to know from you, how does Ho'oponopono help us finally to release this pain that feels, you know uh, getting so much into a deep and forgiving oneself? So would you like to share some insight on this?
Yes, Anu. You yourself said that you are carrying an emotional baggage. The resentment, guilt, and the disappointment, all are emotions which we are carrying as a baggage with ourselves throughout the life.
Hmm.
Initially, it won't hurt you, but in the later course, it will get so heavy and you will get emotionally drained, and physically you will lose clarity in life, and you will lose the decision making skills, and also spiritually you will get disconnected with yourself a lot.
Hmm.
So that's what this emotional stress will make you drained through, yeah, emotionally, yeah, physically, and also spiritually.
Hmm.
Now, at this place, Ho'oponopono comes. Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian forgiveness meditation prayer, and this holds the four phrases, simple yet powerful phrases of I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. This, by repeating these four phrases as a mantra or chanting, will help us to realize and to release those resentment, release those emotional baggages. It
Hmm.
actually clears our wounds, inner wounds, and by that we will be able to clear all the past regrets and wounds within ourselves, and it helps to clear the or to lessen the load of that baggage.
Hmm. So, my next question to you is, forgiveness is often misunderstood, right? Forgiveness is misunderstood as letting others off the hook. What is the biggest misconception when you have come across with your own clients about forgiveness that keeps people stuck? And how does this Ho'oponopono completely redefines and what it means truly to forgive someone without expecting anything from them?
Yes, many will have this kind of question with me. Many clients also had this question. Actually, forgiveness is drinking poison and expecting others to suffer. It won't happen.
Hmm.
Forgiveness is not letting others correct, or forgiveness is not letting others go just like that. Forgiveness is truly meant for your inner peace, for your healing. So that's what forgiveness is. And forgiveness doesn't make the person correct, or doesn't make the situation correct, but it helps us to get relieved from the emotional pain which we carry inside ourselves due to that person's behavior or due to that situation. So,
Hmm.
forgiveness is actually a freedom. Forgiveness is actually letting the peace over pain or regret. So, when you choose to forgive others and forgive yourself, you are getting back to peace, which helps you to heal further, and which gives you a clarity, and which gives you the understanding of life better.
Hmm. Great, great. Thank you for sharing that. Moving to the next question, you we often have been hearing this lot on social media. Healing starts with self responsibility, right? So for someone who is going through pain, someone who is going through betrayal, how can they practically take that responsibility without uh, falling into a self blame uh, part, I would say, rather than, accepting and moving forward?
Yes, this is a powerful question, Anu. Self-responsibility and self-blame has a thinner line of difference.
Hmm.
Both look same, but it has a thinner line of difference. Self-blame keeps you stuck and keeps you in a victim mode and keeps you in a cycle, that stuck cycle, whereas self responsibility keeps you free and which helps you to see the picture in a bigger picture, and you it helps you to get a clarity on what is happening. So that is the biggest difference between self blame and self responsibility. And if you want peace in your life, I would always ask my clients to have some self-exploring questions.
Hmm.
Why it is happening to me? What it is trying to give me? What kind of lessons it is teaching me? What do I want from my life? Whether my winning or peace and happiness. By having these kind of inner journey or self exploration questions, you will get an answer. What is a bigger thing for you? Really, every human or every person needs the inner peace and happiness. So
Hmm.
if you have that as priority, then you will take 100 percentage responsibility, which we call as a self-responsibility. So that we will work on ourselves. Always please note that everything happens inside only. So if we work on ourselves, outer world will also get changed. And Ho'oponopono helps in this phase of healing your inner wounds and taking 100 percentage responsibility for your life, whatever happening in your life. So if you take that responsibility and repeat the phrase of I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, which means that you are letting go of the past memories and wounds, which brings back the self love and also which helps you to gain the inner peace and happiness.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. My next question to you is, why do we attract similar painful patterns in our relationship? And I have also seen this painful patterns repeating in many areas of our life, for that matter, uh, in our health, in our money goals, again and again. So, what's really happening energetically, and how does Ho'oponopono help us to break that invisible loop, which we are not even aware as from where are we carrying that?
Yes, a sad, bitter truth, Anu.
Yeah.
Actually, patterns, whatever is repeating in our life, we call as pattern. And that pattern is nothing but the data or past data or programming or past memories we carry in our subconscious mind. Either it could be a past memory during our childhood, during our upbringing, or it may be the past data or past memory which carry from our ancestral lineage, or otherwise from our past karma.
Hmm.
So that is what it is getting repeated. Please note that the subconscious mind holds all the past memories. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are carrying that. That gets repeated in our life as patterns. And these patterns will get repeated until we learn the lessons out of it. Once you learn the lesson, what it is trying to give you, if you have learned that lesson, then automatically that pattern will stop repeating in your life.
Hmm.
Are you getting my point? So if you consider your life as a computer, already it is being loaded with some program and it gets repeated, and you are saying that why this result is coming. You are running that program, so you are getting the result. If you want to have a better, good result, you have to change the program. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So the patterns are nothing but the old memory data or programs. And Ho'oponopono is a practice which helps us to rechange or reprogram that data and rewrite the program as we want, so that we can clear the old memory and we can replace it with a new memory, so that it helps our life, so
Great.
that if the pattern will get stopped.
Hmm. Hmm. So with this, the other question that comes to my mind is, you just brought it that, Ho'oponopono helps us to heal our traumas, emotional wounds, and we may not remember those things, even consciously for that matter. Perhaps from childhood or even any ancestral patterns, right? How does the subconscious mind respond to this practice? Because these days there are so many modalities, people are talking about cord cutting, people are talking about inner child healing. So, how does this power of Ho'oponopono helps us to get rid of all of these issues?
Yes, it's a very good question. I also practice other alternate mode of healing. Now I will say how Ho'oponopono helps. So this is a very simple kind of a practice, though you know how it clears the subconscious mind as a remote. Say you take for an example the remote operating the TV or the computer. You don't need to know the exact functionality of the remote,
Yeah.
but you know only how to use it, how to operate with that. The same way, the Ho'oponopono four phrases are very simple, that it is not needed to know how it works, but it works. And also it's a powerful practice that it doesn't have any kind of rules or restrictions. That is the simplicity is its power, I will say. The simplicity is its power.
Hmm.
And you can repeat these four statements repeatedly in life, and it will have that energetic healing in your subconscious mind, because anything repeated will clear the subconscious memories. This
Hmm.
is what's in such a way that clearing the mirror. Suppose if you are having a fog in the mirror, you will try to clear that and you will have a clear view after clearing that fog. Ho'oponopono works in that way, clearing the fog. And also, as we all know, we are energetically connected. All are being energetically connected. So, this Ho'oponopono tries to clear the past memories of ourselves first. And then, when you continue to clean and when you continue to heal yourself, then that energy will be carried to your dear and near ones, which means that you are not healing for yourself, but you are taking the responsibility of healing your family, healing your society, and you are healing the consciousness. You are cleaning the universe and you are adding to the universal consciousness.
Great, great. So the other question is for you. Many people find it easier to forgive others. Number one is that, but almost impossible to forgive themselves. Sometimes we act in a certain way which we are consciously not aware that we should be reacting to XYZ situation, right? But it so happens we lose our control. Why is self forgiveness so hard, and how does this practice helps us to open the heart for that kind of deep healing?
Yes, I agree. Self forgiveness is the hardest part, uh, in connection with guilt and punishment. We set our standards the higher, And we always have the open heart to forgive others, while we set the ourselves the standard so higher, and we expect so much from ourselves. So that only the self forgiveness happens to be the hardest thing. And what it will keep you in a guilt and also in a self-hurting mode, so that you will not be able to make further steps in your life. Say for example, if I am saying that I want to go for 10K steps every single day, I am trying to do that. Suppose if I miss any 1 or 2 or 3 days, then I will not look into the days which I have gone for walking, but I will look into the days which I missed. That is why I am not able to forgive myself. But if you look into the bigger picture, you will get a clarity that you are doing the best. And if you have that clarity, then then this self forgiveness is going to be an easier than expected. And Ho'oponopono helps this self-forgiveness. First, it helps us to take 100% responsibility on ourselves, what is happening. And the statement or the phrase, I love you, which keeps you in a loving mode. And please note that there is a place within ourselves where words cannot reach, but Ho'oponopono can reach that place and bring back that the love towards ourselves. So when you keep repeating I love you, you will start loving yourself, and you will not punish yourself, and you will be ready to forgive yourself so that you can move forward.
Great. Uh, so one of the question that comes to my mind is, you are saying that these are the four very simple phrases, right? Now, someone who is going through a lot of challenges in their life, they don't know where to start, how to fix, health, relationship, career, and everything that is shattered. Now he or she who is listening to this podcast, if they just start reciting these four phrases and not focusing on the problem areas, how does this helps us to clean in a way at the energetic level, and what shift inside a person when they just keep repeating these phrases with lot of awareness, and asking that forgiveness from the divine. So
Yes.
would you like to share any insights on this?
Yes, I agree. We are having so many issues in health or the relationship, career, money. In every area of life, we are facing so many issues or struggles. And in Ho'oponopono, Dr. Hewland will say always everything is data. Everything is a memory. Everything is a program. So if you are facing any struggles or issues in any area of your life, it is the past data or past memory repeating in your life. So you have to take the responsibility of cleaning those memory or data. But it is not needed that what is actually causing that problem. So initially, starting with the basic Ho'oponopono of repeating these four phrases, say in a repeated time, say maybe 121 times or 108 times, will first clear the surface level. That is, you are going to clear the data or memory layer by layer. Are you getting my point? And continuously, if you are keep chanting this Ho'oponopono, it will clear the layers by layer. And also, this basic Ho'oponopono help you to clear the memories to some extent. If you want to have the real solution of any particular issue or any particular problem, then there are so many advanced Ho'oponopono levels also, which helps us to address the exact memory or data which keeps repeating as in the issue in any health or relationship or money. So for that advanced Ho'oponopono, there are practices we call as conversational Ho'oponopono, which helps to identify the root of that issue, where the memory resides and what is the emotion which is attached to that issue which keeps repeating. So every issue is having an emotion attached to it. So we will address that emotion and we will help the clients, or we will help everyone to have the first awareness, then letting go or release, and getting back to the self-love and trusting the universe and giving the power to the divine to clean our data or memory. This is how it works in a layer by layer.
Great, great. So you work closely with midlife women, right? Dealing with guilt, regret, burnout, and there is so much in their plate. How does self-love tie it with Ho'oponopono, and why is it the missing link? Again, coming back to the same question, which is not allowing them to live a life of a freedom, harmony, and growth.
Yes, self love is the crucial thing for forgiveness. So, I also was initially at the stage of not loving myself, so that I had the question, why me? Why me? Why it is happening to me? Why my retina got displaced? Why my life is not the one which I expected? And I went into the guilt mode, and I went into the mode of self hurting, but that won't help. It won't help in any way. And once I realized this and I started practicing self love, I understand that I am the best creature of the creator. So no flaw in the creator's work. So that is how self-love works. So you have to accept yourself. Self-love is here we don't confuse self-love with self-care. Self-care is taking care of ourselves. Many will get confused. If I am having, if I take nutritious food, and if I have that me time and all, this is self-love. Not like that. Those are self-care. Self-love is accepting yourself with all flaws and mistakes. That is how the self love works. When you accept yourself totally, completely, and fully, then you have the power. Self love is getting the power back, reclaiming your power, so that you will reclaim inner peace and harmony. And Ho'oponopono helps us to enhance this self love of practicing forgiveness and letting go of those flaws and mistakes and totally accepting yourself. So, this is how the self love will emerge and help for us to clean ourselves.
Great, great. So, Vasanta, we are going to have few rapid fire questions for you. All right. And we really want you to answer them in a rapid way, right? So, the very first question I have for you is one emotion you think that every woman needs to release more often?
Self doubt.
If you could
Always,
teach, yeah, go ahead.
yes. Self doubt is the biggest emotion which we are having, and we always carry that whether we can do it, or whether we will always doubt our skills and abilities. That is the one which I want to all the women to release and raise into the self love, and they should realize their inner power.
Great. If you could teach every person one healing word, what would it be?
One healing
Word.
word:
Yes.
I love myself.
Great. Great. The next question is your favorite time of the day to practice Ho'oponopono.
My favorite time is early morning. I am a early riser.
Early
So
riser.
I love that Brahma Muhurta time where I could connect to myself deeper. So my favorite time is early morning, but it is not restricted that it should be practiced at that time. Whenever in the day you can practice Ho'oponopono.
Great. One limiting belief that change your perspective and change your life completely.
Self-pity. The self-pity is a daughter of self-doubt, I would say. I keep on making self-doubting myself, which lead to the limiting belief of self-pity. So that if we realize our inner power, all women are having that potential, limitless potential within ourselves. We are unstoppable Saktis. So if we realize our inner power, these two limiting beliefs will get shattered, self-doubt and self-pity.
Great. Uh, if imagine that piece had a color, right? What color would it be for you?
Purple, my brand color, and also purple represent the uniqueness. Purple represents our inner power, and purple represents the royalty. So if we heal ourselves, we will feel empowered. So I will love to give purple color.
Great. One book that has completely changed your perception towards life.
There are so many books which has shaping, changing myself, and I am an avid reader. But if I want to say one book, I have to mention it as Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. This was a book recommended by my student to me. And this is a little book which changed my life perspective, which speaks about change management only. So
Yes,
this is the book which changed my perspective towards life and also to embrace change. And there are so many other books too. But this book, I will vouch for it.
great, great, great. So, Vasanta, thank you so much for answering these beautiful questions. Okay.